What's happening, people? It's looking increasingly more likely that Rodrigo Muniz may leave Fulham this summer. I've been very clear on my stance with the rumoured interest from Italy for the Brazilian, and I think there is a good chance that he does depart Fulham this summer, especially when you factor in the fact that he's got a year left on his deal. The club have an option to extend, but you're entering those danger years, and in a world of PSR, Fulham do have to be wary of how much we do need to sell. And I've labelled that in an article that I've just done on Medium. This is in partnership with this article, and say you're coming from the article itself. This is sort of the follow up to see who could replace Rodrigo Muniz.
He couldn't pull it down. In a moto.
So I'm going to get us started with Vangelis Pavlidis from Benfica. Now, I watched the Super Cup. I think it was last week between Benfica and the Sporting, and Pavlidis once again impressed. He's impressed me every single time that I've seen him. But just looking at his stats alone, tell you the player that the Greek man is. Listen, he's scored everywhere he's been. He scored 80 goals in 137 games in Holland for Alkmaar. He scored 29 games last season for Benfica. And say to me, oh well, that's not in the greatest standard, the Portuguese league, which I understand it isn't. It isn't Premier League, is it? But he scored 7 goals in 12, like in the Champions League, like including a hat trick against Barcelona. You partner that with Pavlidis' size of being 6'1", he fits that mould of a silver striker perfectly. And all the strikers in this 4-striker list do. They all have to hit that sort of 6 foot plus threshold to be a target man striker, and Pavlidis does that for sure. Going deeper into his stats, Pavlidis is in the 96th percentile for touches in the opposing penalty area. He's in the 94th percentile for shot creating actions. He's in the 93rd percentile for successful take-ons, and he's in the 97th percentile for non-penalty XG. Listen, Pavlidis can do it all. He's got a vast array of skills that sort of make him the complete striker that has got a proven track record for all goal scoring. He's just 26. He's entering the prime of his career. I think that he is somebody that could be a pretty surefire option for Michael Silva's man. I don't really see him flaming out and scoring 2 or 3. I think that he is quite a surefire option to score, at the very least 10 plus. Like in his first season in England, and you can probably get quite a few years out of him with him just being in the start of his prime now at 26 years old. So I'd label Pavlidis probably my second option in this list, maybe third, but I'll get into the next ones. We've got Nick Woltemade as the next one, guy at Stuttgart this season who sort of really burst onto the scene this season. Listen, Bayern have been very heavily linked, which might make the deal quite difficult to come by. Listen, but Woltemade is a mainly number 9 who has featured in the 10, like in fleeting moments for Stuttgart and Werder Bremen as well. He's 6'5", so he well and truly does fit that mould of being a target man striker, but he's got that sort of that deft touch that you don't really associate with a big man that would probably make him a good fit for the Premier League. He's really a unique forward. His numbers, just like Pavlidis, jump off the page. He's in the 99th percentile for touches in the opposing box. He's in the 96th percentile for take-ons. He's in the 97th percentile for shot created actions. And don't forget, when you contrast that with Pavlidis' numbers, these numbers are in a harder competition. They're in the Bundesliga, whereas Pavlidis' are in the League of Portugal, which is not the same sort of realm of competition. Factor that in with Woltemade being just 23 years old, and I think my head tells me that Woltemade probably is the best option for them FC. He'd be a real statement of intent. Say to Woltemade, listen, you can go to Bayern Munich, play second fiddle, live in Bavaria, or you can come to the Premier League, come to Fulham, be the main man, score loads of goals under Marco Silva, a man who is known for getting the best out of strikers, young or old, and live in West London and earn loads of money. What would you do? Bavaria or London? Listen, Nick, it's simple as that, mate. I'm going to move it on to somebody who maybe is a bit lesser known than the two that I've just named, and he maybe not be as surefire option as the previous two to maybe go and get goals in his first season in the Premier League. But Lucas Stassin from Saint Etienne really burst onto the scene at the back end of last season. He scored 12 times in 17 games for Saint Etienne last season, with no penalty goals in those 12 goals, I may add. Once again, he's plus 6 feet. He plays that target man role for Saint Etienne, leads the line for them. His underlying numbers don't really jump off the page at you the same way that the previous two of Woltemade and Pavlidis do. But he's somebody who can develop under Raul Jimenez. Somebody who, even if we don't sell Muniz, maybe I would be interested in to come in and develop under the experienced name of Raul Jimenez, who maybe like in seasons to come could really burst onto the English footballing scene. He's got all the hallmarks of like a lot of a great striker, and at just 20 years old, I think that he's worth a gamble for what I would be imagine would be a cut price fee. But I'm gonna move us on to, I think, the one that you've all been waiting for. I'm just gonna say his name, and after that, need I say any more? Mitro. It's Mitrovic. Listen, I said that my head wanted Nick Woltemade. I think that my head wants Alexander Mitrovic. Listen, he's been told that he has to leave Al Hilal this summer. There has been linked to Darwin Núñez for the Saudi side, and I'm almost certain that Mitro will leave Saudi this summer. Will that be to Fulham? I think it certainly could be. I think while his wages will be high, he's been in Saudi for that required 2 years to earn the money that he went there to go and earn tax free. The sides that are being rumoured in West Ham and Everton and teams like that, can they offer really? Can they offer substantially more wages than Fulham? I don't think so. I think Fulham could go and pay Mitchell 150k a week and probably get him on side, and he'd be like in a place where him, like, and his family loved. With a manager that he had much success under, and he knows where the back of the net is. Fulham have left it late in this window. They need somebody who can come in and hit the ground running. He knows the club, he knows the system, he knows Silva. He can come in straight away, and I'd put on quite a bit of money that he'd score 15 goals from the jump this season. Listen, like, I know there has been concerns about his age and his heart problems and maybe him aging out. Listen, for me, that's a bit silly. I think that he's never really relied on his athleticism while he's a big man. I think that he does just know where the goal is. As long as he's fit enough to sort of swing that right peg at the ball, I think that he can bag goals, especially in a Marco Silva system that has been previously curtailed fully towards him. And I have no doubt that say that we bring him in, he'll score bag loads of goals. And I said that my heart wants Micho. Maybe I lied. Maybe my head wants him as well. I think that he would be a surefire option for FFC. And if Micho came back, just alone for beating Micho, I mean, could you imagine the scenes of Micho coming back to the cottage? Could you imagine? Man United at home, Micho comes on and the ovation that he get. Chelsea away, he comes on, scores the winner. Could you imagine the scenes? I really wish I could. Come on, Micho, man. Come home. Come home. Fulham need you. You need us. It's perfect. Bring the king home.